as you can see, we're now in Andyland.
Yeah, as you can tell by the noise from the road.
Today's mission, thanks to a broken down car of Andy's, is me transporting all the parts over here, and we're going to work on the shoulder hubs.
It's amazing what you get in the back of a motorbike, isn't it?
So we've got the shoulder hubs, we've got the centre ankle, and we've got the utility arm. We've also got the horseshoes down here. Let's see what we get done today.
How much do you reckon we'll get done?
That.
Yeah, we'll see. Right. Yes. Right, so we've got some pieces in already just to line it up. And if I very gently turn it over, you can see we've got two of the circles together. We haven't glued them yet. And then the same on that side where we've got the outsides and then the insides. Outsides, inside. Yep. And the idea being we'll just
inside. Outside.
Yeah, and the idea being we'll just glue them and turn them over, and then we should be okay. We think. We're going to double check the instructions.
So just need to go back. So in the instructions, Mark essentially assembles the entire thing and then brushes the edges to get capillary action in to form it. Me and Andy want to get a more secure bond between the two plates. So what we're doing is we're sticking these in for alignment, and then we're going to take that outer one out, apply the EMA, plop it back on, clamp it, and then we know there's a good bond all the way through. Just because it's for somebody else, we want to just make sure that extra bit of strength probably doesn't need it. Most droids are built to the way Mark does it, but just for that extra strength.
It's also quite hot, so as soon as we open that glue, it's going to evaporate quicker. So the more we put down, the more chance we've got of it sticking.
So we'll see you when one is made, I think.
Hopefully, or at least just struggling halfway through it. Right, so we've just sandwiched the two pieces together. Oh, no traffic. Enjoy the silence while you can. There we go. Okay, now we'll run some more around the edges like we said before, like Mark does for the capillary action.
Probably do that when it's fully assembled though.
Yeah, we'll see how we go, but we're definitely going to run EMA at these points now.
So here we've got Andy's just applying the nuts, bolts and washers that go in the centre, because they'll be near impossible to reach once we assemble it. As you can see, there's a lock nut there and a washer. Just thought I'd update on that.
So there we go, we put the nuts in on the other side, and John's just now going to copy what he's done there, and then we'll run some EMA around here, which I've already done here, and we're hoping that it's not going to twist. And then we'll get these remaining, should be 4 extra ones I think left to go in, and then we'll glue it together. Yeah. Okay, new video. Right, so that's the two sides put together, and nearly we've just got to clamp it and glue it. As you can see, the bolts here, so this bolt will go all the way up, and then the forces, the screws will push the two pieces apart. And likewise, the inner bolts do the same on the other side.
But we'll do that after clamping.
Yeah, so we're going to clamp it, glue it, make sure there's plenty of EMA in all these holes, and then we'll do it around the edges like we should do. And then we've got to build another one.
But we won't video that one. We'll just show you they're both done.
Yeah. We're not going to skin them. We're going to skin them another time.
Probably bent now.
So that's now being glued in these bits here, apart from that bit. I'm just going to let that set. Right, so we've finally got the second shoulder hub together. We're not sure if we mixed, if these four have a particular order they're supposed to go in, but a few of these were very, 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 very slightly out. So it meant that when we came to push them together, we ended up having to use a G-clamp to just push that, not even a fraction of a mil, was it?
Yeah.
Away, just to crunch it together.
I blame your car, because you'd be at mine.
How's that help?
Because I had to tear the parts out of the sheets.
Yeah. Anyway, so this one's just been EMA'd in these parts again, just like we did on the other one. And we will take the other one apart now and run the EMA around the sides. And I think we're done then. It's probably going to need a good sand there where the sort of fly in my nose. But other than that, oh yeah, we've got to do the bolts up, and then we're good to go. Okay, so while they're quite happily drying out, we've just EMA'd around there, and just in there, we're letting that dry, and then that'll get the same treatment. We're going to build the centre ankle. I'd like to point out it's now 9:20 at night. We're outside, high moon. We'll see how far we get. Right, so we're building the centre ankle. We've got these furniture bolts here. As you can see, there's six pieces that are sandwiched together. We're using this furniture bolt to hold it in place, and these will eventually be, so the bottom of R2's body is there. These bolts then hold the centre ankle onto R2's body. So we're just clamping it together, and then we've got these bits here, which we just dry fit these skeleton pieces on, and then one of those goes on each side like that, and that helps create the shape of the ankle. So we're just debating about how to, as Mark mentions, epoxying these in place, and we actually haven't got any epoxy with us at the moment, but I think we can do it afterwards because the bolt does not sit proud of there. We can just put a bit of epoxy in there on all four sides, and that stops it moving. So sounds fair. So we'll glue it together.
Yay!
Yeah, this is brave. I'm filming with one hand and gluing with another hand. So just really quickly. So apologies, it's slightly out of camera focus. Right, go for it.
Worth pointing out that we're not using the PPE because we're out in the open on our faces, but some people might not like the smell, so use it in the outside if so. Be safe. Right, done. So leave that to set a bit.
Top.
Bottom.
That bottom.
Because it stands nicely there.
I don't really know how much this is soaking through, but I have to assume it is. Right, so we just ran some EMA around that last remaining shoulder hub. This one was slightly coming apart because, as we said, this is the one where we had issues with the tabs. So we're just going to put a lot of compressive force against it and hope that it holds together. Should do, to be fair.
set of tabs, and we should be good. And leave that to set now.
So we've just sprayed, brushed some EMA across there, and as you can see, there we go. It's rippled a bit there. That's because the washer was pushed down, and when I was brushing around, it's obviously dripped around and effectively tried to glue the washer. So, mental note: when you come to do this yourself, don't put the washer on. Just put the nuts on. The bolt on, and just leave it about that far away. That's all you need. As long as it's holding that in, that's all you need. We're now reduced to flood lighting. Right, so we've done one side of the ankle. Yep. And then we're just going to do the other side. And then I think it's these bits will go here. They'll be the last things we glue in, which will actually then double glue around the edges. And then I think we're going to call it an evening because we're running out of daylight. Okay, it's now 2 AM and we're... It's not, I'm lying, it's 20 past 10. Yeah, so we've run EMA there and there, and we've now done, as you can see, we've done both sides. Last thing to go on are these bits, and they go there-ish. Yeah. That's the last bit we're doing. Those are part of the skinning things, we're not doing those tonight. And the shoulder hubs are done, apart from the skinning, but they're ready to go. I think there was only one thing left we need to do on those, and that's possibly tighten up the inner nuts on them. Yeah, I think we're done, and we haven't even touched the horseshoes. So, oh well. We're getting there slowly. Styrene crystals, right?
And now, as you can see, we are gluing the edge strips. So what we've decided to do is we're going to do one half of each one. Just make sure they're fully in each time. Get a bit of that squeeze out. Look at that squeeze out there.
Because what I'm also doing is, because we haven't actually glued this outer face on yet, I am effectively gluing the outer face on at the same time. That's why I'm not being particularly careful about where the glue's going at this particular point. Although I'd rather it didn't go on my fingers. But
yeah, probably would advise wearing, say, like gloves, or having something you can wipe your hands on immediately should you get glue on them. It's not something you want to leave on your skin for too long.
No, I intend to go and wash my hands in about. It's time. Alright, that's that side done. I feel like that needs... Oh, okay, right, I see. Might be worth getting a clamp on immediately. Right, we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Get some.
It's a little untidy in places, but that's probably because I'm rushing at this point, because it's dark.
But also it's going to be skinned over as anyways.
Yeah.
A light sanding before skinning maybe, just to clean.
I definitely think so, yeah. So, yeah, it's a centre ankle. I find it good. Yeah. Right. I think that's done. That's done. Any closing thoughts?
See you in episode 3. The legs episode might be a bit different because we're not doing that. We've got another builder building the legs. So, we'll try and get as much of that documented as possible, but we've got some Yahoo from up north doing it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chris.
So yeah, next we'll probably finish these bits off by putting that bit, and there's a bit there.
Yeah.
And then I don't know whether to skin these two bits next or straight for building the horseshoes. and then
horseshoes are
and then
a
maybe
fair
skin
amount.
everything in one go.
Yes, horseshoes are a fair amount of work.
Okay, and then it'll just be like an episode of skinning those bats, and the horseshoes just behind you.
Oh.
So yeah, thank you very much for watching as we slowly go mad in the dark.
And for any builders out there that are joining us, see you at LozCon.
LozCon.